Hello students, in this video we'll solve a few proofs based on the Pythagoras theorem. So let's take our first one. We are given ABC is an isosceles triangle right angled at C. Okay, and we are asked to prove AB square equal to 2AC square. So isosceles triangle means two sides of a triangle are equal. So that side. So which sides are equal? See, if this is a right angle triangle, right angled at C, that means the side opposite to this has to be the longer side, the hypotenuse. Okay, which means that this side is going to be longer than the other two sides. And if we say that this is an isosceles triangle, that means where two sides are equal, then only these two sides are left to be equal. Okay, because this side is longer than the other two sides we have said. So AC and AB are equal to each other. So we say proof or solution. Okay, in triangle ABC, AC is equal to BC. Okay, because we are given that it is an isosceles triangle. And because we are given that triangle ABC is right angled at C, so we can say therefore by Pythagoras theorem we can say that AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square. We put this as 1, but we can also say that AB square is equal to, now instead of BC square we need AC square. We've got AC square, but we know that BC is equal to AC, so we can say AC whole square plus AC square, and here we can say from 1. Okay, from 1 where this is equation 1 where AC is equal to BC. So instead of BC I have substituted with AC, and it is AC whole square because this was BC square. So we can say AB square is equal to AC square plus AC square, and then we can say AB square is equal to 2 times AC square. Hence proved. Okay, that was easy. Let's take another one. Our next problem says ABC is an equilateral triangle of side 2A each. Find each of its altitude. So over here this is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means that all three sides of a triangle are equal and all three angles of the triangle are also equal to each other. We are given that this is an equilateral triangle and we are asked to find the altitude, okay, of the equilateral triangle. So this entire thing is 2A. We are what we need to do is we need to construct this line A, and we'll put this as D, this will be C. Okay, so we'll say over here construct or construction. Okay, construct, you can say AD perpendicular to BC at D such that B, D and C are in line with each other. Okay, so this is a construction that is important. Okay, and since we draw a perpendicular and this is an equilateral triangle, that means this will become the bisector, which means D will become the midpoint. You can say solution by construction D is midpoint of BC. Okay, and now that we say D is midpoint, we can say that BD this implies, you can say BD is equal to DC. So if this is midpoint, that means this part is equal to this part, that is BD is equal to DC. Okay, so that means, so if you take this entire length BD, or you can say BC is equal to 2A. Okay, but you can say BC can be written as BD plus DC equal to 2A, right? But we can say that BD and DC are equal to each other, so we can put this as BD plus BD, okay, is equal to 2A. So we can say 1, and we can say take this as from 1. So 2 times BD is equal to 2A. 2 and 2 cancel, that means BD is equal to A. So this implies that our DC should also be equal to A. So both these are A, and A plus A gives us 2A, right? So each of these parts are A and A. Now you can say in triangle ADB, AB square can be written as equal to AD square plus BD square by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, why? Because you can say since AD perpendicular to BD, okay, basically AD is perpendicular to BC, so we can say AD is perpendicular to BD. Now AB square is what? AB square is 2A whole square. What is AD? AD is what we need to find out. We don't know. And BD, as we just got over here, is A. So that would be A square. We keep AD square this side, and we take A square on this left hand side, which will make it negative. From positive it will go to negative because of the change in the sides. So AD square, I am just bringing the unknown quantity on the left hand side. 2A square will be 2A whole square will become 4A square minus A square. So that leaves us with AD square equal to 3A square. So that will be AD will be equal to root 3A. Now AD square, AD can be written as plus or minus of root 3A, but we are talking about length, so length cannot be negative, so we take the positive here. So AD is equal to root 3A, because this was 3A square, so it becomes root 3A. Okay, so that means we can say therefore each altitude is equal to root 3A. We don't have to find each and every altitude, because there will be 3 altitudes. If you have one over here, you will probably have one like this, and you'll have one like this. Okay, so I'm not drawing it properly, but yes, this is how. But you don't have to find all of them, because all of them will be equal, because this is an equilateral triangle, okay, having equal angles. So if you find one, it's as good as finding the others. So each altitude is going to be equal to root 3A. Okay, so this is how we solve this problem. Alright, so our next problem is prove that the sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus is equal to the sum of the squares of its diagonals. So I've drawn or constructed a rhombus over here. As we may recall from our 9th standard, a rhombus is a parallelogram whose sides are equal. But what is a parallelogram? Okay, remember in parallelograms the opposite sides are equal. Okay, opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal. Okay, then these are called as the diagonals. They bisect each other at right angles. These are some properties of the parallelogram and also of that of a rhombus. Now we are asked to prove that the sum of the squares of the sides, these are the sides, okay, so sum of their squares. So basically what we are asked to prove is, but first we'll have to assume, because we are not given this particular diagram. So let us first assume, in case of the proof, let A, B, C, D be a rhombus whose diagonals, that is AC and BD, intersect each other at O, right? So next we can say is, since the diagonals AC and BD bisect each other at right angles at O, we will have AO equal to CO equal to DO equal to BO. So we have these sides which are equal to each other, but at the same time we can also say that the angles are also equal to each other, because they are all equal to 90 degrees. So we can also say, also angle AOD will be equal to angle COD equal to angle BOC equal to angle one more AOB, and all of them are equal to 90 degrees as well. So two things we know, because they are this is a rhombus, that the diagonals bisect each other at right angle. So when you say bisect, that means they divide each other into two equal parts, and at right angles, that means it's telling you that all these four angles are 90 degrees. So hence we have stated it over here. Okay, now we can say, since triangle AOB is right angled at O, we are talking about this triangle AOB right angled at O, we can say that AB square is equal to AO square plus BO square, and this we can say by Pythagoras theorem. Fine. Now OA square can be written as half of AC square, and OB square can be written as half of BD square. Okay, because see how. So we can take AB square is equal to half of, instead of OA we will take AC. So AC, and that would be whole square, and BO can be written as half of the entire length BD whole square. See, over here we have let's take OB. Okay, so OB plus OD can be said to be equal to BD, correct? This plus this length will give us the full length BD, but OB is equal to OD. Why? We have said over here, because they are the diagonals are bisected in a rhombus. So if we keep OB over here, and instead of OD we substitute with OB, so this is what we'll get. 2 times OB equal to BD, and if we take it down over here, it will get divided, so OB can be said as half of BD. That's exactly what we've done. So similarly we can say that same thing of AO as well, which will be equal to half of AC. So because it is AO square, so it becomes half AC whole square. So if we put over here as 1, we can say from 1 over here. So I'll just cancel this out. We can put over here from 1. B square is equal to 1 by 4 AC square plus 1 by 4 BD square. Okay. So then after this, I'll put it down over here. I'll multiply by 4 throughout. So multiply by 4 throughout, and we will get 4AB square equal to 4 into 1 by 4 AC square plus 4 into 1 by 4 BD square. 4 and 4 cancels over here, and we are left with 4AB square is equal to AC square plus BD square. Fine. And similarly we can see the same for the others as well. That is, when I say others, we can say for BC square, CD square, ADC. So 4 BC square or 4 CD square or 4 what we needed, DA square. All of them will be equal to AC square plus BD square. Okay, solving the same way, because they are equal to each other. Okay, and we can mark this as, since we mark this as 1, mark this as 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now what we can do is adding 2, 3, 4 and 5. What we'll get? Okay, we'll have to add up all of them, and we'll get 4. I'm just taking common because there's 4 AB square, 4 BC square, 4 CD square. So I'm just taking 4 common. So we'll get AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square equal to 4 times, because there's 4 times, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 times AC square plus BD square. 4 and 4 cancels, and we are left with AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square equal to AC square plus BD square, and hence we end up proving these are the square of the sums of the sides of the rhombus, which are equal to the square of the sum of the diagonals, that is AC square and BD square, hence the proof. So if you have liked this video, please click on the like button, and do not forget to subscribe and share as well this channel as well as this video, and please click on the bell icon. With this you will be able to get information as and when we post a new video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.